It's your girl, Vinny Antoinette.
And Emma Motional.
Here with another episode of Sip and Spill. And today we have a comedian, podcaster, and YouTuber.
Hey.
Go ahead, tell us about yourself.
My name is Hvy Robinson. I do Talk Hvy Podcast, which is Talk Hvy, and I do Reezy and Rro YouTube.
And he does comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I sometimes dabble in comedy. Not often.
Check him out at Helium.
Definitely.
Anyway, so Keith is here to talk to us about something I feel like we all need clarity on.
He's here to talk about what is talking. You know, that's a phrase we use sometimes when we're dealing with someone. What's the difference between that and dating? We're here to clear it all up. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Okay, so we'll start with our guest. Keith, what do you consider talking?
I mean, I think talking is the phase before dating.
Okay.
Because talking is like the prelims. Like, you get you a whole batch of girls, talk to them.
The prelims? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, like, you know, before the tournament start, before the finals. You know what I'm saying? So you got the prelims, you got your first round of the playoffs.
Okay.
You weed out the girls who ain't gonna make it. You know, you got the girls who not gonna be like, who can't hold a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
The girls who you don't like really going out with. And then you get to the dating phase. So talking, you got like probably like 10 girls. Dating, you go down to 4. Then, you know, go on till you like get 2 girls, then your last one make the finals.
I'm sorry. Okay. So dating is when you're at 4 girls.
Like 4 girls. Because you can't take that many girls out on dates because that's too much money.
So talking is before you're taking people out on dates.
Yeah, like I can hang out during
So
talking.
that's just like when you like texting and talking on the phone and hanging out.
Yeah, hanging out. Like an actual date, we gotta be like dating each other.
Okay, and then dating, it's
like,
a max of 4.
Just a max of 4 because you can't afford all that. That's too much money to put into that many girls.
That makes sense.
And okay. So if you had more money, would you date more girls? Like if you had like Bill Gates money?
No, if I had that much money, I'm keeping things inside the talking phase. I just want to hang out with all the girls.
Who gets the good morning text? Do you have to be dating to get that?
Dating to get the good morning text.
Okay.
If we talking, you get good morning, you get the wrong idea. Now then you can clock me and ask me where I'm at, stuff like that.
Makes sense.
So like I feel like dudes a lot during the talking phase still hit you with the good morning text.
But that's inexperienced, guys, because like you can't be hitting everybody with a good morning, because then you get confused. The wrong person text you back. There's a whole bunch to go into that. Like you send like the same good morning, all you do is hit the copy and paste and hit to everybody. And then,
I would agree. I don't want a good morning at that phase.
Yeah, like,
I don't need to talk to you in the morning, first thing in my day.
Mm-hmm.
If we're not like that,
you gotta build to a good morning. Like you sing good morning right away, you like a creep.
I feel like I don't mind it at first. It doesn't need to be every day though.
But then don't you start to wonder, well, why did it stop? Like he used to do this, but now he doesn't. If you appreciate.
Well, no, I'm saying like if it's once in a while, I won't think why did he stop because he never was consistent with it. Like I wouldn't want it every day, but I never thought it was anything wrong if a dude like hit me with a good morning when we first started talking, and then maybe like a few days later did it again, just because it kind of like makes you feel like you're thought about versus like every day. That's when I'm thinking he's like copy and pasting it and sending it to everybody.
That's expectations too fast for me. Like I need you just to have a little expectation real quick.
I don't see how sending good morning means you have expectations.
That means a lot. Like if I wake up in the morning and I tell you good morning.
I mean, realistically, I guess it doesn't take that much time, but I just don't like it that early. It's annoying to me.
Mm-hmm. Like the first thing I wake up and like, good morning. Like then the girl gonna feel like, oh, he thinking about me.
It
like,
does send that signal.
No, like I was thinking about pancakes and your name was right there, so I hit the joint. I forgot to text you back last night, so I might as well send you a text message.
Like I get what y'all are saying. Like I agree, it does get annoying. It's just I don't know. Like if I say I'm out and I meet somebody and like we exchange numbers, if he hits me with good morning the next day or the day after or whatever the first time we text each other, I would think that's cute. Like, I don't know, maybe that's me, but if he does it every day, I'm gonna get annoyed. Like
I would prefer like a middle of the day text, just like a random thing. Because it's cool. Yeah, if we exchange numbers, I expect you to hit me up, but you don't have to send me like personally a good morning.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I wouldn't care either way if it's like a good morning or a hey, what's up in the middle of the day. It's just, I guess, good morning kind of.
That wouldn't be too quick for you. Like, you just met him last night and he woke up that morning. Like Like morning time.
Well, I don't know. I'm weird because like I rarely get dudes' numbers, but for whatever reason, if I have a dude's number versus he has mine, I'm not gonna text him for like 2 or 3 days just because I just feel like it comes off too much. Like, and like it's the same with me. Like I kind of, if someone seems like too, like if, like I said, like in that scenario, I guess you're right because I didn't think about that. If someone texts me the next morning after we just met that night, good morning, I probably would be turned off. But if it was like I gave him my number and then like he didn't text me for a few days, but then on like day 3 he texts me, "Hey, good morning, I met you, da da da," I wouldn't mind that.
That's not too long for you. Like you're not gonna forget who that was. You're like,
It depends on. I feel like I remember someone more likely if they don't text me in a few days versus if somebody texted me the next day. Because most dudes, especially thirsty ones, are gonna text you immediately. I mean, either that night or first thing 8:00 a.m. Like we wasn't at the same club. Like yeah.
And I don't think it's anything wrong with texting the next day, but you do think about the ones that you were interested in that take a couple of days.
And it's always the ones you're interested in that do that. It's never like the dude who you gave him your number out of pity and then he wait 3 days to text you. It's never that one.
It's
never.
True.
That one always texts you either that night or 8 a.m. in the morning. Like
that's true.
For real, like, how would you feel about a girl texting you like "good morning" when you first exchanged numbers?
I wouldn't want it to be like, I'm like, I would say good morning back and I would continue the conversation, but it'd be like, sure, I would feel like I got the power, and like making a man feel like he got the power, I feel like it's the worst thing. So I'm like, oh well, I can hit. That's my first thought. So I'd rather a girl make me wait and make me feel like, well, maybe she don't want to talk to me. Like I was saying, like wait a few days or a few hours. Whatever.
So the good morning text is kind of like the dude's chasing the girl, but if a girl does it to a guy, it kind of takes that masculinity away.
It takes it away. Like, all right, well, you seem to be easy and you want to talk to me, so I got
maybe
this.
she just likes you.
I don't want to. No guy want a girl that just like him. Like, I want to feel like you don't like.
Honestly, I do. I'm starting to believe that. Like, I feel like dudes do not like girls who just come off like they like them from the gate. It's crazy.
And I think
we are the same. Yeah, I was gonna say we're the same. Like
we are. We like the chase or like the challenge. Or
whatever. Oh wait, it's good. Yeah, like we definitely. It's like both of us. Like I don't know. That's so weird.
It is. It's kind of sick when you think about it.
Yeah, it is. Pretty disturbing.
Because you show somebody like this so much affection, like okay, that's cool, but just back up a little bit. Like,
yeah.
I don't need you to be all in my face, but like.
From the start, I guess we want to feel like this was hard to attain, but like, I got it.
Like but it's kind of hard when both of y'all are like that. Like,
that's true. So, can it ever work when both people are kind of trying to play cool or like?
I think it goes back and forth.
Hard to get.
I need to run around in the circle the whole time.
I think like my longest relationship that I've had, I feel like at the beginning, I was the one who wasn't really interested in him like that, but he was so for it. And then as time progressed, it flipped. Like, I was kind of like more interested, and then he wasn't really. And then it flipped again and again. And then finally, after 2 years, we finally got on the same page and got into a relationship. But like, I feel like, honestly, I think that's how it just goes. Like, unless you have two hopeless romantics. And we're not going to go into that because I despise hopeless romantics.
You despise them?
Oh my God. They get on my last nerves. Oh, whenever I talked to this guy and he was a hopeless romantic and I could not stand him. Oh my God. Oh my God. I couldn't stand him. He got on my last nerves. And then like one of my best friends, she's a hopeless romantic. So every time I would complain about him, she's like, oh my God, that is just so sweet. Why don't you go dating? Why don't y'all go date each other? Why didn't y'all find each other? Because y'all are a perfect,
like
just everything. Like, oh, it was just. I don't need like some things were cute. Like he definitely was big on flowers. So like I would come into his house and he'd have like flowers sitting at the TV.
That's nice.
Like so it was stuff like that that was cute. But then it was extreme stuff like talking about kids and marriage and introducing me to his mom and his son after dating for 2 weeks.
That's a lot.
And it was just a lot going on that I was not here for. Like,
yeah.
he wanted me to like have a sit down with his baby mom to talk about our futures.
After 2 weeks?
Oh, well, that was a little past 2 weeks, but it still wasn't that long. Like, it was, we weren't even in a relationship, and he was doing that. We were talking.
See?
We were talking.
See?
And it was just a lot going on. You know, maybe I should have sent one less good morning text or one less response to a text.
How early did he start saying good morning?
Right away. Right away. I mean, like, he was somebody who, like, I knew growing up, but when I finally decided I was going to go ahead and give him a shot, he just took that shot, and boy, did he run with it. Man, I gave him a foot, he took 15 miles. Like, but yeah.
Oh, man.
Back to the talking. How do you define talking?
I would say the same. I feel like when we necessarily don't, go out on dates or anything like that, but we communicate here and there, and we're deciding if that's what we want to get to.
Okay, so you are able to differentiate talking, dating, and relationship?
I think so.
So, at what point do you realize you're dating somebody?
Probably when you see them frequently, like, once you've been out a few times, or you can expect to see that person that week, where it's like becoming a regular thing. I think that's when you're dating.
What would you say, Keith?
I'll say about the same thing. Not the frequent part. Well, frequent.
Well, I'm saying because you talking about you go from all these people to 4.
Yeah, like,
so,
because you got, when you break it down. That's
when do you break it down?
Like, you got not to say a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but she.
The weekend.
But you know.
He's SZA out here. Okay. We got the female SZA today. She that 9 to 5, you the weekend, huh? Okay.
Cause you break it down to like, all right, well that's a shorty. She cook every Monday.
Wow.
Opportunity.
Are you just going to judge? Oh, we going to judge?
I'm not judging at all.
I
just know you had a lot to say about SZA, and you sure enough using the lyrics from her song to describe talking versus dating. So
And then you got Wednesday, she like to go out for drinks on Wednesday. She's like, well, that's my Wednesday. We know she like to go out to drink. And, you got your fun Thursday girl, because you got to keep the 2 girls close to each other so you don't forget. And then Saturday girl. And then it all rotates. And then whoever can make it the whole week, 7 days, not work week. 7 days out the week, she win.
Do you stop?
What? In the world did you just say?
It kind of makes sense, though. I get what he's saying.
Oh, my God. First of all, I don't even want to see nobody 7 days a week. No, I'm not going to fraud.
The point is, the girl that make you be like, you know what? I can see her 7 days a week.
Okay.
She win.
Okay. So then that's when you get into the relationship.
You get into a relationship, so you start dropping the other girls.
So what point did you get from like talking to dating with the girls?
Like when they start to stand
when you start out with this group of women that you texting, phone calling, FaceTiming maybe. I don't believe in FaceTime during the talking phase. Don't FaceTime me.
Please.
Do not FaceTime me without an appointment. I don't care who you are. My own mom can't FaceTime me without an appointment. So I don't care who you are. Don't do it. But anyway, I'm sorry. Back to the conversation. Because that's a pet peeve of mine. No. I hate when I like first get a dude's number and he feels like because I was kind enough to give your thirsty behind my phone number, you can just FaceTime me unannounced.
That's a lot.
And then get offended I don't answer.
That is a whole lot. No, if I'm in a relationship, I don't care. You can FaceTime me.
Yeah.
But no, if we're just don't even FaceTime me. Period. If we're just talking.
I forgot my train of thought. When you got this big group of women, you texting, calling, whatever, chilling at the crib. When do you get to the point where you are picking out the women that you're going to date?
I'm watching the habits. You watching how this girl. She always her toes never done. We don't want her. You got a girl who, when you ask to cook, she can't cook. Like, habits of girls. The girl that come over and bring food. The girl that come over and say, well, you need something when I come there. Those are the girls you'll move on to the dating stage.
Okay.
She's a lazy joint. She's like, can you come pick me up?
But wait, that's when you see her. So, like, just based off conversation.
Oh, conversation? This is how she can keep
But
it.
he was saying talking is hanging out too.
Yeah,
it's just
so
not
you hang out with
actually.
people you talk with. You
But,
just
like,
don't take them out. Like,
yeah, like, we're not going out.
Gotcha.
Like, we can go walk around the park or something like that, but I'm not spending no money on you.
We can go walk around
The
the
movies
park.
cost about $100 to go to the movies. We gotta be dating to go to the movies. But like in conversation wise, this is how she
I
hold the
don't
conversation.
feel like I wouldn't even feel comfortable to chill with somebody at their crib or at my crib if we didn't go out on
From a
few
girl's
dates first.
perspective, yeah, it's different.
So that wouldn't work. Like that.
I mean, I
That
never,
just wouldn't work.
I never had a girl who wasn't comfortable just coming over like and just chilling.
Before y'all went out.
Yeah.
I'm not a creep boy.
You be dating them 18-year-olds, huh? That's what it is. Because I remember when I was in college, I didn't care. But now,
I think, it doesn't have to do with being creepy. It doesn't matter if you're creepy or not. It's just like, well, he should
his hair screams creep.
No, it does not. Don't do that to him. He doesn't scream creep. But it just seems like it gives off the better message if you go out in public with somebody before you go to their house.
Yeah, it kind of comes off like you just want my body.
Yeah.
And like, you probably do, but just don't, come off like that.
It's not more like an invitation to come over. It's more like we having the conversation and it leads to like, oh, well, I'm watching Vampire Diaries, whatever I watch.
Come Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
That's what it
and
comes
like,
off.
I like that show
Netflix and chill. We know what the chill is.
Ain't no chill. It's just Netflix. It's just Netflix, watch TV, and you're like, oh, okay, and you get to know the person personally. Right. But you can go out too, like, oh, I'll meet you there. Like, I don't like a girl that asks me to pick her up right away. Like, can you pick me up from my house? I'm like, no, I'm not picking you up. Like,
I mean, I think it's inappropriate personally.
I've never done it.
Yeah, I mean, I know girls who do it. It's just, for me personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable kind of saying, like, can you pick me up, or constantly asking a dude I just met to pick me up. Like, if we're, like, in a relationship, something wrong with my car or something like that, cool. But if I just met you, low-key, I don't even want you to come to my house. Like, but even after that point, I still wouldn't be like, hey, can you come pick me up? Like, I
wouldn't, but I never thought about it from their perspective as if it would make them uncomfortable. So does it make you feel like she's, like, asking for too much? Or
yeah, like, if I gotta take you out, I'm taking you out, and we're going to hang out, and I got to pick you up, then take you back home. Like, we can meet in a central location, and we can just both get there and get back home.
It's reasonable.
Well, I don't know. If you, like, going out on a date, you should pick her up.
That's why I never thought of it. But, I mean,
I guess it depends on who asks.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. If I ask the girl on a date, then I don't mind doing everything. But if, like, we just like, oh, let's go here. All right, we can go there. Like, all right, I don't want to have to pick you up. Like, don't assume I'm picking you up. Like, this.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Because I don't think I've ever assumed somebody was going to pick me up. Unless we dated multiple times and I kind of just got the gist, like, okay, he's going to pick me up. Like, but, like, off the gate, I wouldn't. And I can't see myself asking somebody to just come pick me up. Like,
I can't either. Unless it was my boyfriend.
Right, yeah. Like, yeah, that's kind of weird. But Keith be dating some interesting people, so I'm just...
I don't...
Okay.
Oh, you're talking shit.
Next question.
I date very same people. Oh, the next number one thing, though, like when you get to the dating phase, and how you weed out the dating phase, when we go on a date and the check come, if the girl don't reach for her wallet and do the pump fake, I'm going to pay, she get cut off.
Really?
Because I need to
taught you that. Like, what?
I believe in doing that.
I definitely do that.
But I have not done that before just because I felt like, well, I might... Because some people, I don't know, sometimes I get the vibe like I might offend this person if I reach and pretend. So sometimes I haven't even pretended.
I just find that to be like, you took the initiative to act like you was going to pay. So cool. Like, if you just sitting there like, you're going to freeload off of me, then I'm like, I'm not interested.
I get it. I definitely always do it on the first date at least. Probably not necessarily after that. But at the first, like, 2 dates probably, I'll do it. I get what you're saying in reference to like the offended. Typically, if I didn't do it, it's because the dude pulled it out too fast.
Yeah.
Or I had a scenario where the dude already paid for the whole meal before I got there. Like he had already kind of gave it to the waitress before I got there.
And that's happened to me before too.
Yeah.
They just did it before I could even think to
Yeah,
reach. Mm-hmm.
yeah. But usually, like if it's there and the check's sitting there, I'll pull out my wallet, like especially if it's like a weird moment of silence,
right?
Because I definitely have been in a scenario where a grown man who's older than me and I'm not that young. I'm 25 years old. At this time I was 23 and I think he was 30 at that time. But anyway, so he's like 33 now, 32. He asked me out on a date. Go to the date, we're having fun, chilling. It was clear that he liked me, but, you know, this was, like, the first time we kind of, like, went out. Like, we had gone to, like, little, like, breakfast and stuff like that, but this is the first time we went out. So we get there, eat, order the food, the check comes, and it's, like, silent, you know, so I, like, pull out my wallet. So when I pull out my wallet, because he noticed I pulled out my wallet, he takes the check, and he looks at it, and he's like, so you want to split that?
Ooh,
I said,
see, like I'll reach, but I don't expect them to say that. Like,
and
wow.
I paid for my half, and I never went out with him again.
How could he have expected you to? That's crazy.
Yeah,
Why?
Cause you wanna what?
Why would you ask me out on a date to somewhere you can't afford to take me?
What you order?
Well, first of all, I never order the most expensive thing on the menu. Usually, I try to stay within like either the middle grounds or the cheaper ground, just because I usually like stuff that's cheaper. But I never order like anything on the more expensive end of the fence. So, because I think that's rude.
That is rude.
Personally, I think that's rude. I know some girls do it on purpose, but I definitely think that's really rude if you go out and do that. But in that sense, I didn't order any. I think I ordered something because he ordered, and then I ordered something that cost the same amount as his. So,
and he suggested the place.
He picked the place. He picked the time. He picked everything. Like,
he was all the way out of line. He could not have wanted a second date.
And I was just like, and he had hit me up after that to like try to meet up again. I just never responded.
Me.
So, would you ask somebody to split the check?
No, I couldn't do that. I'm just saying.
Like talking, dating, either levels. Would you ever do that?
To split the check, no. Like, if somebody gonna pay for it all the way, I'm not gonna split it with nobody. But like, if I'm out with a date with a girl and I don't got the money to do it, I'm gonna tell her like at the beginning, like, listen, we want appetizers. Don't get no drinks.
You shouldn't even be there.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say you shouldn't even be here. Like, I don't understand why you would take somebody out if you can't even. If you feel like you can't afford to cover the check, you shouldn't be there. Like,
yeah, no, I'm just joking, but he should have did that. Like, so we gonna split this? Like,
he was like, so you trying to split this half and half? I was like,
you just said no.
And the check was like $60, so it wasn't anything crazy. Like,
what was he planning on it?
Because I guess it was like, I don't know.
Y'all
like,
got drinks and everything?
Yeah, we got drinks. Like, we both... And he ordered the drinks, because I wasn't going to order a drink.
Right.
But he ordered them, and we both had, like, 2 drinks each, and then the food, and then, yeah, it was just...
Wow.
Maybe this is what he's doing the test, like, to see what you do it. And then he was going to proceed on and trying to be better. I don't know. I'm trying to make it sound better.
That's a bad test.
Yeah.
But ladies, be prepared. Don't ever be out there like you can't pay. Be able to pay for at least your meal.
Yeah.
Go out because you can't assume clearly that they're going to.
But also be prepared because some dudes are petty. Because I've heard some stories of some dudes who, like, a girl just assumed they was going to pay off the gate, but the way she assumed kind of came off rude.
I've heard of that too.
So he took her back to her house to get her money, and then took her back out to get food. And I was just like, that's petty. Like,
I heard of someone who went on a double date, and she said, well, we have our own money because we already know y'all can't afford. So they could afford, and they paid for, them two and the one girl, and they were like, she's on her own check. So she was the only one.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I mean, hey,
Because you can't be like, if you're going to pay, you're still out with somebody. Don't be rude.
Yeah.
Like,
so she said that while they were out?
Yeah, to them. She was like, well, we got our own because we already know y'all can't afford it.
And what did the girl next to her do?
I don't know.
I guess she must have been nice about it because they still paid for her check. Yo.
That's wild.
Oh, my goodness. So, So you feel like talking is kind of out of line in reference to going out on dates? Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like if we're just talking, then I'm not dating you. If I'm just like communicating with you. When we go out regularly, I feel like we're dating. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I don't see anything wrong with going out on a date if I'm talking to somebody. Like, I think if it's regular, then yeah, we're dating. But if I'm talking to somebody...
There has to be that one first phase then, I guess, before you get to the dating where you are out with them at some point.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, I feel like if you get past 3 dates, we're dating. Mm-hmm. But if it's like 3 dates, I can still consider you in the talking phase, especially if I'm spacing you out.
That makes
sense. There's a reason I'm spacing you out. Like, if we go on a date in February and we ain't been on one again until this month, like, it's a reason.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I don't think it's out of line because honestly, if I'm like, communicating with somebody, I'm not going to understand the point of it if we're not, like, doing anything, like going out or hanging out or talking and stuff like that. I mean, not talking, but like just seeing each other in some type of way, because I don't need a texting buddy, so...
How long do you think you can text someone without them just being a texting buddy? Like, how long do you keep that phase where you're just texting before you see them in person?
So this is like assuming we met online?
Not necessarily.
Just just period. Okay. Ooh. I've definitely dragged people along. So I'm just saying, like, I've definitely texted people for a long time, and then I was just like, he's been real persistent. I might as well finally go out with him, you know. And I still wasn't interested, but so I don't really know, because I've done it for maybe like 2 to 3 weeks, and I've done it for 2 to 3 months. So it's like, it just depends.
What do you think, Keith?
It's probably the same. It depends how I feel. Like, I can get your number Monday and see you Sunday, or I can get your number Monday and see you in July. Like, it don't matter. Like, it depends how I feel. It depends how the girl seems, like, if she feel comfortable. Because I don't want to ask a girl to go out and do something and she be like, oh, you a weirdo. Why you ask me so fast?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So the vibe that she giving me, I move off of that.
Mm-hmm. And it depends on how we met.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like, if I met you outside at the Vista thingy.
Yeah, when I moved in.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm like, oh, well, we became good friends after that. Like, we seen each other months later, but, like, still became my friend. It was cool. So, like, after you meet somebody and talk to them, you figure out who they are. Mm-hmm. So that's how I figure out. You?
I think if distance isn't a factor, I don't really see myself texting somebody longer than, like, a month, and I'm not interested in, like, meeting you in person. I just, then I think that's where I would stop communication. If we're not going to meet up after like a month and distance is not an issue, then there's probably no reason for me to be texting you.
Okay. Because I guess maybe I just, like, sometimes it's entertaining. Like,
I don't
when somebody, I have a completely different hierarchy of how I break down dudes in my life. So, like, we're talking about, like, talking and dating. Mine starts at, like, entertainers. Mm-hmm. And then it goes.
What is it?
It goes from entertainers up to, the boyfriend main boo level. And it's a hierarchy.
Wait, the boyfriend main boo is 2 different things, or is
No, it's the same. It's the same. It's one, but
and then the entertainers.
Yeah, the entertainers is the bottom. Uh-huh. Yeah, so those are the ones who, like, I'll text if I'm bored, or they'll text. Well, I don't have to text them because they're probably going to text me. But then when they realize I'm not interested, they might go MIA, and then I might go through a phase like where I'm feeling down on myself and need an ego boost. So I'll text one of my entertainers so they can tell me how great I am, so, like, and then I'll go MIA again, like. I know that sounds bad, but
it's real. Personally, I don't like entertainers. Like, it's just, I don't know. It puts too much pressure.
This is about to become a thing. Like, this is really about to become a thing. I'll have everybody in 2018 describing clowns as entertainers.
But, like, if I know I don't really like you, I don't even like to text the person, because I am the type of person that feels pressured, like, and I know that if I'm communicating with somebody, they're gonna feel like they want to see me at some point, or like, I don't know, I just don't like it. If I don't like you, I don't want to talk to you.
That's nice.
It was a good girl. Her, on the other hand, who would have 7,000 unread messages in her phone.
But I understand it, though, at the same time.
53 right now, thank you.
Wow, really?
I know, I'm impressed. I never thought I was going to get under 100. I really didn't. I really didn't.
The entertainers must be wearing things.
No, I'd had to delete all my text messages 2 weeks ago and start over. But I lost memory.
But I get it, though.
That just ruined men's heart. That's why men be so hurt. Like, that's what made Drake. All that stuff you just doing to men.
Man, listen, if I can be Pusha T,
how would you feel if you was an entertainer?
I probably was for somebody. I'm just being honest. Like, I probably was for somebody because not everybody's for everybody. So I'm sure it was a dude who I really liked and he wasn't into me. So he just dragged me along because he wanted to, like, boost his own ego. Like, because, I mean, let's be honest. All of us have had scenarios where you've talked to a dude or maybe a girl in your instance and y'all was, like, communicating, didn't speak for months, and then they popped up out of nowhere.
That's true.
That means you were their entertainer. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Like, and you just have to accept it. Everybody's been an entertainer.
That's true.
The reason they were MIA for 6 months is because they was living life, and then they hit a low point. They was like, man.
A low point?
I'm just saying. They was like, man.
That's real.
Amber, she really dig me, bro. Let me go ahead and blow up her inbox real quick. See how this girl doing. Like, so that's part of the reason why I also don't feel bad about it, because I got karma without even asking for it. Like, that actually is what made me start embracing this term entertainer, was when I accepted the fact that I was one.
That is such a good point.
You can't beat them, join them.
Well, I say be skeptical of the entertainers. Don't fall victim to being an entertainer. That's what you need to look at.
Yeah, don't fall victim.
So when you get the random pop-ups every 6 months, you're an entertainer.
Yep.
And don't respond.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Have pride in yourself. Believe in yourself. Yeah. Have self-worth. You know, you be like, you know what? I don't deserve this. I text you and you respond to me, hey, 6 months later, I deserve better.
That's true.
I mean, there's nothing worse than when they text you and you text them back and they don't reply. Like, they just
I definitely have done that a lot, and it's horrible. I know it is. It's
just
really bad.
It's
really bad. Sometimes I be like, why did you? Because, like, I know my friends will always say that to me, like, why did you even text them? And I'm just like, I had high expectations, and then when I got the response in like 30 seconds, at least make me wait, you know? I made you wait 6 months. At least make me wait like an hour for a response. Yeah. I said, hey, what's up? And you like, nothing much. How you been? Miss you. Haven't talked to you in a while. And like, you type all this in 30 seconds and hit send. Like, now I feel pressured. Just make me wait a little, you know? Make me feel bad for going MIA for 6 months.
That's crazy.
You're absolutely terrible.
It makes sense though.
I'm over here snitching on myself.
I hope they all see it and be like, oh, for real.
I don't talk to nobody now, so it's fine.
Entertainer awareness.
That's what June is. June is entertainment awareness.
But I do feel like also, you know, I think talking is I have a phrase in between talking and entertainer that I can't say. But I do feel like talking sometimes can get you, you know, you can get a what is it called when you go down?
A demotion?
Yeah, you can get demoted to an entertainer, you know? And sometimes you can be dating and get demoted to an entertainer, you know?
That's 2 joints. Twice.
That's 4 actually on my hierarchy, but we just gonna act like it's 2.
He doing that. He went from dating all the way to entertainer. He went all the way to the bottom.
So you never dated somebody and then they just got demoted?
Not that fast. Not just.
I mean, you know, it takes It's not like a
breakdown. But,
you know, you're dating somebody, you think you like them. It's like, maybe not so as much. Maybe she's not. She used to come over here and clean all the time, but now I'm realizing she's filthy. Yeah, like, so we go back down to talking.
Like her panties on the top of the top.
Yeah, with dookie stains on the butt. That's just no. So you go down to talking, you know, and then y'all communicating, and then she starts getting annoying. She's not the same person she was the first 3 months, because that's like the honeymoon phase of dating, you know. So you're like, you know, I'm getting to know her for real, and she is not who she said she was at all. I don't even know if this is the same human being. Like, I thought I met Brittany. This must be Bethany. I don't know who.
You had to face off to the store.
Right, it was all right. I just had to make sure.
But you keep them around once you realize that?
But you start demoting.
Yeah, you just keep going down the line, you know. Then you get down to the entertainer, and by that point, you just hit them up when you need an ego boost.
Yeah, like, that's what when
you hit rock bottom, you lost your job.
Your wife divorced, you took half.
That's when you hit up the entertainers, because you know the thing about the entertainers are those are the people who you know like you no matter what. Mm-hmm. Like, they're always going to think highly of you. Mm-hmm. They always will take you back. Mm-hmm. Like, even though you never had them to begin with, they are always open to welcome you back into their lives. Mm-hmm. So that's what the entertainer, you know, is.
That was a great breakdown.
That was a great breakdown.
I have to commend you on that one. That was
that was a great breakdown.
Get you a class.
Oh my God.
I teach a class, you know. This is baby.
We gotta coin that phrase. The entertainers. Okay.
2018, make it happen.
Anything else you guys want to get out about what is talking?
Oh, he broke it all down, man. I feel different about mine now. Now you gotta get past entertaining to go talking now. Now you gotta prove to me after that 6 months, and I text you again, that you can go ahead and get your job back. You want an unemployment line.
And it is, before we end this subject, I do have to say, if you are an entertainer, do not get your hopes up that you're gonna get promoted, because it is very unlikely. I mean, you know, I've seen it happen for people, not me personally, but I've seen it happen for people where they was a persistent entertainer for 10 years and finally got promoted to talking, at least. I don't know about dating, but they got promoted to talking, and then hopefully, I'm hoping they stay strong, you know, and get to their goal. But, you know, if you're an entertainer and you heard anything today and you thought to yourself, wow, that's me, you're an entertainer for whoever that person is, so you should just let them go, because I promise you, it's a 1 in a million chance that you're going to get promoted.
They should email you.
Email us at sipandspills@gmail.com. It'll be in the description box below, and I will personally help you out with this. You know, because I had to go to personal therapy in the mirror with myself to realize that when you are an entertainer, you're not getting out of it. You know, you're just not. So just accept it and move on. You deserve better. So that wraps up today's episode. Today we learned about the difference between talking, dating, and then we added a third, which was entertainers. And I feel like I learned a lot today. Did y'all learn a lot today?
A lot. More than I came in knowing. I learned more than I came in knowing.
So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give this video a big old thumbs up. And check us out every Wednesday, where we'll be uploading new episodes on YouTube. And also, we finally have adjusted our videos on iTunes to sound versions. We've heard your complaints about it taking up too much memory. So you now can just listen to the the audio version on iTunes. So make sure you subscribe, give us 5 stars, leave us comments, get us up to the top rankings. Yes. So thanks again for watching. Until next time, deuces. I'm not trying to question you, just can't stop thinking about you. You ain't even really got to be my boyfriend. I just wanna know your name. It may be some time we can hook up, we can hang out, we could just chill. Hey.